Suppose you wanted to glue these two pieces of flat wood together, one representing this curved one representing the side of the ukulele, this other one representing the top or the bottom of the ukulele. You could just put some glue on the edge right there, and then stick them together, clamp them, and it would probably hold pretty well for some period of time. But if you want the joint to be strong, you need something to reinforce it. And so kerfing is glued at the junction of the curved ukulele side and the flat top or bottom. And what it does then is to give you more glue area so that the parts won't come apart over time. So it provides durability and strength to the joint. I'm quite proud of this setup I've got for making the kerfing. Turn a little extra light on. There you can see the bandsaw blade that cuts those little grooves that makes the wood flexible enough to bend around the curvature of the side. And there's a little metal pin that helps index it so you get the spacing between the kerfs, or those little cuts, proper. And then, but it's difficult to get the previous slit centered on the spot, so it needs where it needs to be, so that you can slide it in and get that groove index properly. So I have this laser beam that I shine down, and then as you go across, you can line up the laser beam with the kerf that you're trying to cut, and it will allow you to get the spacing right, so that when you cut the next kerf, you've got it in exactly the right spot. And this little laser then is really quite helpful. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little demonstration of kerf making. Here's a board that I'm going to use for this. And as you can see, I've cut it down on my circular saw, so I've accurately cut the width of this, so it's just the right width. At least I think it is. Here are some kerfing strips that I have grooved, and as you can see, the stuff flexes pretty easily, so it can conform to the curvature of the interior of the sides where it joins the back and whatnot. And these strips right now are rather wide. I'll cut them to the proper length so they aren't too wide. So instead of being this wide, they'll be instead of being that wide right now, they'll be that wide. So I'll split each of these inch-wide strips into 2 or 3 pieces. we've made enough kerfing for a bunch of ukuleles, and probably 2 at least, maybe 3. We have some that's extremely narrow that I don't think would be useful at all, but if you were making an unbound instrument, you might be able to use that. But for bound instruments, this wider kerfing would be what you would choose to use, and it should work like a champ. It's made from recycled maple that came from a tree that fell next to Harlem Road, and it's been drying in the basement for over a year, and it's certainly going to dry now. What fun!